Okay, so it says solve the following by clearing decimals first. In your answer, I'm going to ignore that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the problem regular. So here we go. So here's the wall of separation. And the key idea is we have x's on opposite sides. So step number one, x's on opposite sides. What do you do with x's on opposite sides? Remember what you do? You do the opposite of either one of either x and do the same to both sides. Right? When you have x's on opposite sides, you do the opposite of either one, doesn't matter. So I'll do this one, minus 0.9. That's the opposite of the 0.9 is negative 0.9. Whatever you do to one side, got no choice, have to do the same thing to the other. Right? And right here, it cancels out. That's why we do it. That's why we do the opposite, because we want to get rid of one of them. We don't want them both. Okay, now right here, use your calculator. Take 2.5 and subtract 0.9. And you will get, I think, 1.6x. Yeah, 1.6x. Bring down the 0.37 and bring down the 1.17. How are we doing? Is that making sense? Let me pause there for a second. Everybody seeing what I did there? So again, when you have x's on opposite sides, what do? You do the opposite of either one, and you do it to both sides. So the opposite of 0.9x is negative 0.9x, and I did it to both sides, which cancels it out here. And then you just bring everything down, subtract these on your calculator, bring down this guy, bring down that guy. And now, step two, to get x alone. You know what to do to get x alone, right? It's like peeling an onion, right? X is right here saying, I want to be alone. Get rid of this and get rid of that, right? We got to get x alone. I want to be alone. That's the goal here, is to get him all by himself. So, right, he's like, I want to be alone. So you start, remember, you save the number that's right next to x for last. You save that for last. You get rid of that by dividing at the very end, right? Getting the hang of this, we always save the number right next to x for the end, for the last. All right, and so now we're going to subtract. We do the opposite, right? We're always doing the opposite. That's how we get rid of things. It's by doing the opposite. Boom, boom. And so bring that down, 1.6x, and then subtract these on your calculator. I'm going to grab my calculator. $1.17, take away 37 cents, I guess. It's about money, so it's 0.8. I'm getting 0.8 or just 0.8, either way, whatever. Okay, now what's the last step? Remember, it's always divide, huh? So last step, divide by the number next to x. Divide by the number next to x. Divide by 1.6. Divide by 1.6. Boom, boom. Just hit the buttons on your calculator. I'm getting 0.5. There we go. So again, what do we do with x's on opposite sides? We do the opposite of either one, but you do it to both sides. I did the opposite of 0.9 to minus 0.9, and then just use your calculator, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, and then just get x alone. So do the opposite of this guy. Then last step is divide. You always save the number right next to x for the end, and you get rid of it by dividing. There we go.